The key with adding animal fat and making mayonnaise is the first 60 seconds. You need to emulsify those yolks. The yolks and the fat need to get together. That's the whole deal. And so I specifically showed you how much I added, and then I count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then I add another little bit. All right, so I'm going to make some pork belly mayonnaise. I want to see, this has not got the taste of bacon, which is why I had the idea. So I've strained, this is straight from cooking the pork belly. I've just strained it into my nut milk bag. I'm going to use some white balsamic, my spa seasoning, and I end up using 2 egg yolks, not 1. But I just wanted to show you, I've popped the recipe up the top because I think this would be too much salt for most people. I added a teaspoon, but I've put in the recipe half a teaspoon. I think that's the best place to start, and then you can adjust the seasonings after that. And also I added 15 mils of white balsamic. You can use lemon juice or any other acid that you like. That's going to be too much for most people too, I feel confident. So I've put here just 1 teaspoon. And what I've got left is the oil. It's working because it's not flashing up as much. This is the point of which you could add Look at that. Nice. Okay, so that was my lunch that day, which is why I made the mayo. And yes, I just got all of that off there. But now I put it in this jar, and at the end I'm going to show you a different jar because I didn't like this jar. It looked so messy, and for such a delicious, decadent recipe with so much patience, you just want it to look nice at the end of it, don't you? And yep, if it was full, it would have looked different. Whoops, I just needed to have a little taste. But I have learnt that because the pork belly doesn't have a lot of flavour, any flavour, too much acid won't taste good, which is why I changed the recipe to 1 teaspoon of whatever acid you're using. There it is. Beautiful. All right, we're going to do a taste test. And my hair's everywhere. I'm so sorry about that. So I just made mayonnaise and I put it in this container, but I didn't like it. So I switched it and swapped it. It's swatched over to this jar, right? I've got the lid for it. So this mayonnaise is on my fork and it's here on my lunch. So I just wanted to do a taste test here in front of the camera because this is a different type of mayonnaise. This mayonnaise is made from pork belly fat. It was a brainwave I had. I'll discuss it on the recipe video. I'm just putting together a video to show you how to make it. If you have problems with splitting mayonnaise, this is your solution without it having to be too technical. And I'll explain that in the Mayo video. But anyway, I just wanted to... Does it taste like bacon? No. What it tastes like is it's fatty and salty. Now I added a teaspoon of this. This is a 4-to-1 ratio of salt to white pepper. So I could add a little bit less, but honestly, as soon as I add that mayonnaise to everything, it's not going to be, it's like seasoned to the very tips of its tippy toes right now. But that's me eating it on its own, right? As soon as you add it to food, you lose a lot of that seasoning. So I added 1 tablespoon. I added about 15 mils. Now I say that because US tablespoon is 15, Australian tablespoon is 20. I used a 20, but I didn't fill it up. So this is white balsamic vinegar. I do have apple cider vinegar with the mother, which I love, but I'm just experimenting with a few different flavors. And because this was pork belly fat, so I sous vide pork belly, right? And then I cooked some strips and I poured it off and strained it. Because what I noticed after I cooked the pork belly, what I noticed was it had no taste and no smell. And I went, oh, mayonnaise. So what this tastes like right now is salt, pepper, and it has the acid of the balsamic, which is what you want, right? That's why we add. I'm not a huge mustard lover. When I want mustard, I have it, and that's it. So I did not add mustard. You could add mustard in the initial phase when you're just blending up the seasonings. I just wanted to make a note about seasonings. What I've discovered with this pork belly mayo is because pork belly has no flavour, everything's a lot stronger. So if you're going to use, when you make this, use a lot less salt, a lot less acid, and if you're going to add mustard, don't use very much. Don't worry, this is me just doing a taste test for my lunch, but I just thought I'd pop in to say that pork belly mayo, it really has no flavour, so everything's super strong. So I've been using it now for a few days, and just thought I would make that note so that you could make it the first time beautifully. Just put very little of everything in it. That is delicious mayonnaise, and it will solve your thin mayonnaise problem. I'm telling you, it will solve it. It solves it because the weight of each molecule is thicker. So the fat is thicker and denser. And so it's automatically going to give you a good product. Now, the one technical aspect is the splitting, right? The key with adding animal fat and making mayonnaise is the first 60 seconds. You need to emulsify those yolks. The yolks and the fat need to get together. That's the whole deal. And so you saw me, I specifically showed you how much I added, and then I count to 10, and then I add another little bit. Like, this lid is amazing. Let me just show you. Put that there. I don't want to get it all over me, but it has an oil dispenser in it. At the beginning, you do not use it like you pour it that way so that it gets into the bowl, but you pour in half a teaspoon, right? Half a teaspoon, that's it. So anyway, you'll see the instructions in the video. That tastes fantastic. It doesn't have a bacon flavor at all. So I know bacon mayo is the thing. Here I am. I've not seen it anywhere. I'm just saying pork belly mayo is better than bacon mayo and is better than tallow. Now, I've got a bag of tallow sitting over there because I wasn't sure how it would turn out, to be honest. And so I thought I might make some tallow mayo. But I will do that another day because that's a lot of mayonnaise. I can make myself some egg salad, which I might do before I clean up so here's the dirty, if I put some boiled eggs in there right now, because I've got some, with some of my mayonnaise, guess what? Instant dip. Oh, instant dip for these. Yep, I'm doing it. All right, I've got to go. I've got things to do. I'll see you later. Bye. Let me know. Let me know if you make it. Tell me if it's good, if you would adjust it. I am going to put 3/4 teaspoon salt up in the recipe because I think that'll be too salty for most people. I like a lot of salt, but you can obviously leave it out or put less. All right, bye. Okay, I loved it so much that I did a little video. And here it is. Have a look at the texture. That's really what I wanted to show you. It does set firm in the fridge, but it's not rock hard. It's like butter. I'm calling it butter mayo now. Can you see how creamy it is? It's so delicious. Let me know if you make it, and I hope you enjoy.